two guys. The biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 would probably be Gervonta Tank Davis.
Attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills.
Tank can do the same thing the mentor did. That's what the mentors to teach you how to do this thing the smart way.
Floyd Mayweather, a legendary boxer, reportedly expressed shock at Gervonta Tank Davis's significantly larger physique. Prior to his eagerly awaited bout with Jake Paul, Davis is known for his explosive power and small physique, but he now seems much bigger and stronger. This change has fans and boxing insiders talking. Mayweather, who had been Tank's coach for years, was surprised by the fighter's new look. He said that the extra bulk may provide him an edge in the ring or be a reckless move that slows him down and makes him less.
You can't even see who it is. Hey, who is the dude? Who is the dude?
And that right there is why Gervonta Davis fights don't go the distance.
Gervonta Davis will battle Jake Paul in an exhibition match in Miami on November 14th. The big disparity in weight, both in actuality and in people's minds, has surprised many people. Davis is recognized for fighting in the lower weight classes. Paul, on the other hand, usually weighs a lot more. For this fight, Paul weighed between 190 and 195 pounds and had a significant height and reach advantage over Davis.
He always training for something like this. Obviously, smaller guy. How was this in the training aspect, Jake?
Yeah, just a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed.
He warming up.
We're
now.
sparring.
That's what we need.
We're sparring.
Warm up.
Some
I know
8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm going to beat your and I'm going to beat Jaden on Love. On my mama, I'm going to beat both of y'all ass. On my mama. And he laughing. He know. He laughing.
What are you talking about?
What
does he have to do with this?
Let anything, you know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't got to say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'm going to show you and him. Bet.
Insiders say that Gervonta Davis is taking this fight extremely seriously, even if the build-up has been full of flashy promotions and entertainment. People who have seen him train say he is dedicated and serious. Analysts have noticed his body language during press events, calm, aware, and determined. Davis isn't simply fighting for money. It's about pride and chances. If he beats Jake Paul, he might get a lot of attention from the general public and make his crossover appeal even stronger. Some people even say that Davis sees this fight as a way to reach more people than just ardent boxing fans. Some people say the event is just a circus, but Tank appears determined to show that he can be successful in both business and real competition. His preparation shows that he is a fighter who wants to control the story, instead of letting it control him.
Press conference, and you can tell, you can just look at him and tell, like, no, this dude he's gonna get this money for sure, because there's so much money out there to be had. But Jake Paul better be not playing around, man. Not get cute, not play any games, don't hit him in the back of the head, don't rabbit punch him, don't do any of that stuff, man, because Mike Tyson, first of all, Mike Tyson, a lot of people think Mike Tyson was pulling punches on Jake Paul, and a lot of people think that Anderson Silva was pulling punches on him too. You're not going to have a little Gervonta out there pulling punches on you, man, if you're out there playing games. So, I don't like the fight at all. However, as far as it being an entertaining situation, I almost guarantee you that fight itself is going to be entertaining. That it's going to be something that you look at and you're going to say, man, everybody's going to watch it. Everybody's going to want to know what happens in it. But at the same time, it's kind of like what people think, when you see a car crash, like you're driving down the road and all of a sudden the traffic gets heavy and you're like, man, I'm going to be in traffic for a long time. And then you drive forward a little bit and then you see, oh man, this is some accident on the other side of the road and everybody just slowing down to watch. That's the type of entertainment that you can expect from this fight between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul. There's going to be a lot of people watching it, but I gotta say, man, you really can't blame the guy on what he's doing. And there's a lot of criticism flying on Gervonta Davis. It's not Gervonta Davis's fault that boxing took this turn. This turn of these exhibition fights and people not caring about the belts and all of that stuff came with Floyd Mayweather Jr., man.
Mayweather has said a lot that Davis is more than just a knockout artist. He knows how to box more than just hit hard. Mayweather has said that Davis is one of the hardest hitters in his weight class. He agrees that Davis has a powerful punch, but he also says that having power without defense, timing, footwork, and ring IQ is a dangerous, one-dimensional approach. He even said that Tank was one of the best pound-for-pound boxers.
Do Wanui deserve to be in a pound for pound? Absolutely. Do Terrence Crawford deserve to be in a pound for pound? Absolutely. But what about Gervonta Tank Davis? He deserved to be somewhere also in a pound for pound.
Why don't they give him that credit?
Because he was affiliated with me.
When Davis started working for Mayweather Promotions, Mayweather coached him. Mayweather not only promoted him, but he also helped him with his fight strategy, how to stay calm in big times, and the business side of boxing. But as time went on, their relationship got worse, and they broke up in 2022.
Spanish, you black, giving back. So I was working with, I got a fighter, one of the best fighters out there today, Gervonta Tank Davis. Right. I got it when he was young. I put him in a position. Now he's 3-time world champion.
It's not just business anymore. Their tension runs deep. Tank believes that Mayweather was domineering while they were tight. He put Tank in situations where he couldn't win, limited his profits, and never let him outshine his mentor. Davis says that Floyd wasn't really concerned about other people's success, and even called him a slime when he was angry.
First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. Why the say Terrence Crawford should fight? Finna be there. That don't make no fucking sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
You next in line. Just so you're next in line.
Is there like a
The last question, guys.
Is there like a love-hate with Floyd? Like, love the fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad.
You're good, man.
And he cause I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this.
Davis said that Mayweather's ego often gets in the way of the humility that a seasoned athlete should have. When a reporter called him one of the best, he swiftly corrected them and said he was the best ever. People who are obsessed with legacy frequently aren't concerned about the truth.
You're backed by arguably one of the greatest of all time, right?
What are we rating ourselves on? What are we rating on?
Okay.
Well, we're going to know in the least amount of fights. I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Just a guy with a job. I have a job, though. So who would you fight next?
And guess what? Your job don't pay like my job.
Well, it depends.
Your job don't pay like my job.
That brings me to another point.
I can
coming back?
I can make $200 million in 18 months because I want to. Because I want to come back and steal some more money. I'm in a whole new era, dominating
That's right.
fighters.
And he's a whole new fighter, Floyd.
A whole new fighter.
Oh yeah.
And when I beat him, what they gonna say? Oh well, we knew this was gonna happen. Floyd Mayweather was a bigger fighter, or he could outbox him, or this. It's always excuses.
When Bernard Hopkins talked about how Mayweather's marketing affected Gervonta Davis, he didn't hold back. He believed that Floyd's strong influence over Davis held him back, not a lack of talent. Hopkins said that Mayweather's control was more of a limit than a guide, and he told Tank to find his own way. It was a forceful remark from a well-known veteran. That showed how dangerous it is to work for someone who puts their needs ahead of your growth.
I commend Tank on saying, hey, this is my career. You had yours. I respect you from buy me a chain, buy me this, buy me that, take me on a jet. All that's great. But at the end of the day, I'm only going by his interview. You seen it and I seen it. Thank you, Floyd Mayweather, for all the things you gave me. If the intentions was you just looking out for me. But I got an opportunity to fight this big fight. And this soap opera between you and Oscar for all these years, I'm not going to let it affect me. That's my interpretation. And Tank wants to do the fight, but he had to break away from the chains of somebody he still respects and respected then. And he said, man, I got to do what I got to do. This is my career.
Roy Jones Jr. isn't shocked that Gervonta Tank Davis wants to fight Jake Paul. He sees it as a strategic move that fits with Floyd Mayweather's roots. Jones concurs that Davis is taking a calculated risk, like Mayweather did in his own career. Davis is stepping into a fight that offers big money and a lot of attention. Jones doesn't necessarily support the fight, but he knows why Davis wants to fight. He sees how Davis's business sense and personal desire are pushing him to do it.
Tank can do the same thing the mentor did. That's what the mentor is for, to teach you how to do this thing the smart way and not get you hurt, not have to take no risks, not to take many chances. Everybody had their own mentors, their own pound for pounds, their own people they want to be like. If he want to be like that guy that y'all say is great and was one of the best ever, why can't he do it? If he make 50 to 100 million fight Jake Paul, they'll be cool with it because they cool with you making money. That's what the fan bases are on now. They had put you just making money being good. Back in our day, they won't be cool with that. You had to prove you was the best. They thought you fought because you wanted to be the best of the division or the best of your era. I want to be the best in my division. As a matter of fact, I want to be the best around my division. Not just in my division, even around my division, I want to be the best. Today's fighters, they have been taught that that's not the way to do it nowadays. Nowadays, go for the bag. So everybody is going for the bag.
Trainer Greg Hackett was upset about the response Gervonta Davis had been getting. He said that people today condemn fighters for almost everything they do, even when they don't know what's going on in their lives. Hackett said that people should accept Davis's choice to fight Jake Paul if he chooses to do so. He said that no one outside the ring really knows what a fighter is going through or what drives their professional decisions. Hackett says that boxing fans ought to quit telling fighters who to fight and instead embrace the hard work and discipline it takes to stay at the top. Many trainers and fighters, frustrated by the constant criticism of boxing on social media, share his opinion.
And number 3, the retirement.
I mean, the backlash is just what people do nowadays. That's just, you give somebody a keyboard, you give them a phone, and they able to hide their face. Yeah, they're gonna have to feel that. The backlash I get, I understand. What'd you say, number 2, not fight Shakur?
Yeah, he's saying he'll never fight Shakur, that he ain't gonna do him no favors, that he ain't gonna help him make no money because Shakur broke or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't get all that. That's, you know what I mean? That's against the game. Like, you know what I mean? You at least owe that fight for the game. You know what I mean? You owe the rematch with Lamont for the game. But you owe Shakur for the game just because of the 2 style matchups. You know what I mean? But if he feel like he don't gotta fight him, guess what? We can't sit here and just go crazy about it. But it is kind of crazy. It is kind of corny. You know what I'm saying? If he not gonna fight Shakur, and if he's standing on it like, I'm not ever gonna fight you, I'm not doing you no favors, and all right. But then again, you know what? I don't know what them guys got going on. I don't know what they've been through personally. You know what I'm saying? But would I love to see that fight? Hell yeah, I would love to see that fight. And then number 3, you said what? You said
retirement.
The retirement. Oh, boxing. Boxing. They're around. They're around. It's always gloves around. It's on you. It's on you. I'm chilling. You all right? Yeah, get with me. I know. How you feel? Dark skin boy. That's my man. The retirement is like he done a lot in his career, right? Not everything, but he done a lot. What people don't understand is his business is a lot. This whole experience is a lot. The shit these fighters go through is hard to explain. It's hard to explain because people, they can't see it, so they can't understand it. But it's stressful to the fighters because they coming from just getting ready to fight in the amateurs being prepared, going out there, win, get it done, celebrate. All right, we back to the next camp. To now, marketing. You're talking about marketing. You're talking about lawyers. You're talking about all this shit that you just never imagined. You like, why do I have to deal with all of this shit?
Paulie Malignaggi, a former world champion, has always had strong ideas about how boxing is changing, and his critique of Davis's next exhibition contest against Jake Paul is no different. Malignaggi says that these kinds of fights hurt the sport's credibility, since knockouts don't mean as much when they happen between opponents who aren't evenly matched. He thinks that things like this trick casual spectators into thinking they're watching real fights, which takes away from the true meaning of professional boxing. Malignaggi told Chris Algieri that while these fights may be fun for casual spectators, they make it hard to understand what real boxing is all about. The episode shows how boxing is becoming more and more divided between entertainment and tradition.
Paulie, knockouts, dude. Knockouts. People like knockouts. They don't care if you're knocking out cab drivers. Look at Jake Paul's career.
You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture.
You can't manufacture.
To a degree, you can. To a degree. I mean, you can't. Yeah, Gervonta legitimately cannot get knockouts. I agree. He can punch, but there's a lot of limited knockout artists though, man.
He's one of the least active punchers in the game with the highest knockout percentage of current heavyweight.
But if he was a real knockout artist, if he was a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best of the best. Felix Trinidad was a knockout artist. He was knocking out the best of the best. If you're a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best and show us how he smokes them. But the way
Paulie,
we did when Felix Trinidad was doing it. You know, the way they did when Mike Tyson was doing it in his prime. Okay, say what you want about the Mike Tyson era. He knocked out everyone from 1986 to 1989. Everyone got knocked out. Everyone.
Well, by your standard, you could say that Tyson was to a degree manufactured.
No,
and
because
Teddy
he fought everyone that was there. Everyone that was there.
Teddy Atlas will 100% agree with this.
With the expense
he
of
would say the guys
Witherspoon.
that were afraid of him.
With the exception of Witherspoon. No, but they all doesn't matter. He knocked them all out. There was nobody you could say in that era except maybe Witherspoon, who I contracted.
You can say the same thing about
who had contract issues with King at the time. Except for Witherspoon, there is nobody Tyson didn't fight in that era. He knocked them all out. You can't say like, oh, but if he would have fought that guy, I don't know. No, with Davis, there's guys right now that have been hanging around for years. Yo, dude, when you gonna fight them? The lightweight division was stacked with talent. Even at 130, it had a lot of talent when he was there. Didn't fight almost any of them. So it's not the same thing as the Tyson era. You want to say anything about Tyson era? Fine. It wasn't as high level or something. He still knocked out everyone.
Showbiz, the grown-up boxing commentator, had a more positive view of the upcoming exhibition battle featuring Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Jake Paul. At first, Showbiz didn't believe that Davis's size would be a problem. But after seeing how calm and sharp he was during the press conference, they changed their minds. He said that Davis acted like a professional who knew how important the event was, showing confidence and focus. He said that the battle might surprise some who think Jake Paul's strength will be too much for a smaller opponent. He pointed out that Davis's technical skills and combat IQ could be the decisive factors.
I want this kid. Listen, I was feeling that Jake Paul was going to knock out Tank. This press conference made me feel a little bit more confident about Tank. I'm no cap. I know Tank wasn't saying much, fumbling over his words, seems bashful, but I'm looking, right? And I'm just like, bro, he doesn't feel that Jake Paul is an issue. Even though he said it, he doesn't feel like he has to whoop his ass. He doesn't feel threatened. That's the word. He doesn't feel threatened, but he does feel out of his element. I'm gonna be honest, man. It sounds like, I know everybody's looking at this press conference and it's like, number one, I know what y'all saying. It's a clown show. It's not real. Tank was paid off. It's fake. Cause Tank, when he was talking about Jake and JB, even I was like, what is he talking about?
He laughing.
What are you talking about? What does he have to do with this?
Let anything, you know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't got to say it up here. Let anything happen.
Eddie Hearn has been quite open about Davis's choice to fight Jake Paul, instead of trying to get a rematch with Lamont Roach Jr. or a fight to unify the titles with Shocker Stevenson. Hearn says that Davis chose the option that would pay him more money and be less hazardous. He estimates that the Paul exhibition would pay him $3,040 million, while the Roach rematch would give him a lot less money, as it was a 50-50 bout. He says that Davis would have chosen the Stevenson bout if he really wanted to push himself, because it would test both his skill and his heart. Hearn is sure that Stevenson would win in this kind of fight because of his accuracy, patience, and boxing IQ.
If you were Tank's promoter, what would the next step be for Tank?
I heard they were going to fight Jake Paul. When I see Jake Paul at the event and I see Jake Paul posting from the private jet with a picture of Gervonta Davis.
Slapped it.
Yeah, but they had that for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You had to buy it. You had to get it made.
Yeah, but I can't believe that fight was going to happen. But anyway, crazy stuff's happening. Yeah, you got to rematch Lamont Roach. You got to. It'll probably get ordered. That's the reality by the New York State Athletic Commission. But listen, they may have got lucky because the only fight for Tank outside of after Lamont Roach was Shakur Stevenson.
Facts.
Right? Now they've got another opponent that will do well at the gate because of the controversy.
Yep.
And it ain't Shakur Stevenson. I keep telling people Shakur Stevenson beats Tank.
You cannot
say that Shakur Stevenson would not have beaten Tank last Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he would have.
Timothy Bradley, a former world champion, said he was sure Gervonta Davis would win his bout against Jake Paul and that it would be easy money. Bradley pointed out that Davis has more experience and skill than Jake, who has only fought a few professional opponents. He thinks that Davis's quickness, defense, and timing will soon show Paul where he is lacking. The only real danger is not giving him enough credit. Bradley's view is part of a bigger trend in boxing where conventional athletic superiority meets current celebrity impact, as shown in the Davis-Paul fight.
Say that it ain't fixed, because check this out. Tank ain't gonna lose this fight. Hell no. Hell no. Tank ain't losing this fight. Too many holes. Man, Jake don't have enough experience. Yeah, man, it's gonna be taking candy from a baby. You know, Jake is missing the rules. See, this is what happens when you don't grow up in the game. When you don't grow up in the game, man, at a young age, this is what happens. You know, you start reading your own press clippings. That's what Jake is doing. You know, fighting this lower level competition, and now he think he the ish. Now he think he the man. He ain't the man. You kidding me? He is not the man. Oh no. Yeah, false sense of security. Now he trying to pick on small folks, right? You know, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Yeah, I'm just saying size-wise. Yeah, that's another thing, boxing one-on-one.
What do you think about Gervonta Davis fighting Jake Paul? Is this a smart move for boxing or a step back? Please leave your comments below.